tell me a little bit, give me a short bio. Who are you? What do you want people to know about your background?
I want people to know that I worked in the Fall River Public Schools for about 30 years, always been an educator. I was a special ed teacher at St. Vincent's Home at first. Then I worked at the State House for a while, and then I drove a truck for a friend of mine in the seafood business, and I got back into education as the first in-school suspension teacher in the Fall River Public Schools, and had a few different jobs. And then I became a vice principal at the middle school, and I moved up to the high school where I spent probably the last 20 years of my career.
And have you held elected office before?
I have. I was on the school committee for Diamond Regional Vocational for 3 terms, and then I've been on the school committee in Fall River for the last 2 terms. Fortunate to say I topped the ticket both times. People in this city are very kind to me, and very glad.
Why do you think your experience, your background, makes you a good candidate for mayor?
Well, let's look at the budget, for example. The school department is probably more than half of the city budget. We go line by line. I'm on the finance committee, and we go line by line on our budget every year. We have to vote to approve items. We have to vote to take items off. We have to vote to put items in. And it's a very overwhelming task sometimes. We have a number of hearings. We hear from the principal of every school, and we sit there and evaluate their requests and what's best for the taxpayers and what's best for the city of Fall River.
Why do you think people should vote for you as mayor when it comes to the election on Tuesday?
I think there's a number of factors that would make me the best candidate for mayor in Fall River. Honesty, integrity, temperament, work ethic, my career, how much time I've given to the city. I'm there. I was at Durfee every morning. I was the first one in the building, and most of the times I was the last one to leave because the job had to be done. And I know that this undertaking is a big thing, but I believe I'll surround myself with the right people, and we'll get the job done for the city of Fall River.
You were so close to winning in the recall election. That night when the results came in and you realized it just wasn't enough, what went through your mind?
Well, what went through my mind was, okay, let's see what this. There's going to be an election in the fall. We'll see how this plays out. We'll take a few days to regroup, hang around with my wife, and get my feet back under me. But by noon the next day, I had already been fired from the building committee at Durfee, and that just fired me up. My friend Mark Costa, vice chairman, had also been fired, and I could not believe that he pulled us off a committee that was in charge of such a big project for the city because of revenge politics.
What have you been hearing from voters when you're going door to door or when you're out and about in the community like you are today?
Very positive. People know me. They know my family. I come from a family of 11 kids, so there's been Cougans all over the city for as long as I can remember. They know that there's a job to do in this city. They want me to tackle it, and we're going to do the best we can for the people in this city. In this campaign, it's funny because your opponents try to identify you as something you're not. And facts give way to crazy theories and whatnot, and it's not so. When you ask people to take responsibility for what they said, they don't do it, and they paint you a certain way. I know what I've done with my life, I know where I've been, I know where I'm going, and I know we can help this city.